Hey everyone, just wanted to give you an overview of all the hotel details for the Disney tournament and the chaperone process. So, firstly, the hotels are tied to this Money Dollar fundraiser, as most of you know. The important thing to know about the Money Dollar fundraiser is that we keep 80% of whatever you see on there. So, Money Dolly does take 20% of that. All right, so we'll start with that. That's the first most important thing. The second important thing to know is that the total cost of the hotels is closer to $100 per player than 200. I was estimating at that time, didn't know which hotel we were going to go to, but you can see now for the room of six, it's going to be about $100 per player for that room, right? So that's the second most important thing. And the third thing you need to know is that I have already bought 20 rooms. So when you guys see that link that I posted the other day that you can buy those rooms, all those rooms are already purchased on my credit card. So that is also important for you to know. Okay. So I'm going to go through some of these examples. All right. So first, let's take a family, okay, that wants to go to the park. So they have, let's say this family did really good on the Money Dollar fundraiser. It says $500 on their name, right? So they're going to get 80% of that, $400. All right. So they have a player that wants to stay in the rooms with other players. All right. So that's $100. Okay. They're going to take that. Then the $300 that's left, they want to get their own room uh, to stay as well. They have two kids, two littler kids that aren't part of the program, and the two parents, and they want to get their own room of four and stay with us at the hotel. Now, I've already paid for all the rooms of four, and I've already paid for all the rooms of six. Okay, so when we get the Money Dolly money back, which will be about April 15th or so, I'll get that 400 for that family. I would keep 100 of it because I paid for the room for the kid that is staying with five of his friends. I would give them the $300 towards their other room. Now they need to have that room booked. When they use that code and they book that room for 560, the room of four, that takes it off of the balance I've already paid. So out of the $10,000 or whatever that's on my credit card, when a family goes in and books that room of four, 560 of it will come out of my balance. All right. So I would give $300 in cash back to that family, so that family would be looking at 260 for the weekend. So any money that you make over whatever I need to cover the players' rooms goes directly back to you. So in another example where no other family was going, if it was just a kid, let's say that you have one ninth grade player. Okay, that ninth grade player, let's say they raise 250 on the app after the 80%. Okay, they need 100 for their room because they're going to stay with their team. They need 100 for Animal Kingdom, so I'll use that, and then they have $50 left from the app. I would take that $50, give it right back to the family. I would assume that family would probably use that for food during the 4 days that the kid was there. So that's how this whole entire process would work. So anytime a room of four gets purchased by a family, it just gets deducted from the total I've already paid. That's kind of the main gist of that. Now to the chaperone process. So the way the chaperone process is going to be is I'm going to have one for each team, and the reason for that is cost specifically. So the chaperone will not have to pay anything for a hotel. Okay, so I will have a room for the chaperones, for coaches, things like that. They will share for the older groups. Okay, so younger groups, if you're a chaperone, you would stay in the room with the five players. Okay. So, and the reason that they're getting their room covered is because there's going to be additional responsibilities for chaperones during the entire 3-4 days that we are there. Okay. So, chaperones will have probably 4 meeting times a day in which they're double checking their group of kids. There will be some roll call and statistical type of stuff that they'll do at the games, and things like that. So just a little bit more responsibilities than the average parent, and that's the reason that I'm going to cover their hotel fees for the 3 nights that they're there. Or the four nights they're there. So like I said, we can only have one chaperone per team, and we may have more than one parent that wants to do that, and that's fine. So starting today, I'll have everybody go ahead and tell me if you want to be a chaperone for a team. Go ahead and say I would like to be, and then we'll do a raffle for each team, and then I'll have the 6 chaperones. I'll probably have 6 teams there, maybe 5, just depending on how the lower teams break out. Okay. I'll raffle those off, and then one person will get that opportunity per team. Hopefully, this all makes sense and seems fair to everybody. I think it's the fairest way that we can do it. If there probably will be even more additional questions from this video, but I was trying to hopefully, describe it to everybody so I don't have the same conversation with everybody. And if you have questions, just keep texting me, just keep calling me. I'll get all the information to everybody as quickly as I can. A ton of moving parts going on with all of this, but it's going to be an amazing experience.